All right, what's going on, guys? So, my name is Matt. Welcome to my Timber Sports Journey. This is a new channel that I'm creating. Some of you guys may know me as the Vintage Axe Hoarder. That's my previous channel. I had a lot of fun with that channel. I really did. But I'm going to take a step back from it, and I'm going to create this channel right here instead. So, a little backstory about me and my axe history. So, I grew up splitting firewood, of course, every year. And I used a maul a lot of the times. My dad actually used to give me a hard time about it because he had a hydraulic splitter. He didn't understand why anybody would ever want to swing a maul to split firewood, but I sure did. I had a lot of fun doing it. And then, one thing leads into another, and I started watching Buck and Billy Ray on YouTube and a couple other guys, and I'd see them splitting firewood with an axe. And I was like, hey, that looks good. So I bought a couple old axe heads, and I restored them, and I just loved the process of restoring, cleaning up an old axe head, bringing an old tool back to life and using it to split up some firewood. It was a good time. And then, that led me to the Cordwood group, which is a great group of guys. And it's a challenge. It's not so much a group, it's a challenge. And the challenge is to take an axe out in the woods and process as much firewood as you possibly can using only an axe. Fell the tree, limb the tree, buck the tree, split the tree, everything just with an axe. Try to collect a cord of firewood. And that really changed my perspective on axes. I learned really quick about different axe grinds and, the thin, convex versus flat, hollow grinds. I learned so much more about sharpening an axe and really developed my axemanship doing that. And then, that led me to standing up on top of a log and doing kind of a timber sports underhand. And then that led into me buying a couple racing axes and building some little makeshift stands and just trying it. Why can't a regular guy like me give it a go? I mean, I live in Missouri. There's not any real vast wilderness around, at least my parts. It's all farmland, but there's plenty of trees. And I gave it a go, and I ended up linking up with a couple guys and got I guess invited to the Sheridan, Arkansas Timberfest that they have down there, and what a great time. I learned a lot down there. I met a lot of good guys. I did better in some of the events than I thought that I would, and I did really poor in some of the events that I knew I was going to do really poor in. But now I have a good baseline, I guess. This channel is, and I guess I need to clarify a couple things. I'm going to ramble. I'm going to ramble for a minute. So, it's one thing I never did discuss on my previous channel. I have quite a few physical issues, and I'm not going to get into all the details of them. Physical and mental issues, I guess you could say. And I'm not going to get into details, but I am going to say that my body hurts almost all the time. I have a lot of aches and pains from previous employment, and some days it's really hard for me to get out and do this, but I try to make it a point to. Because it's very important to not let your body go stagnant. Never become stagnant. Always stay moving, stay active, stay busy. Once you start laying around, aches and pains happen a whole lot easier. And I'll give you some examples. I was welding the other day, and I was cleaning the slag off of a weld, off of a bead I just ran, and my back gave out, and I was off work for like a week. I ended up in the emergency room over it, and I wasn't doing anything. I was just bent over, and my back gave out. We had a real bad cold front come through here, and I was, loading a lot of wood in the wood stove. I had it cranked full blast trying to keep the house warm, and I threw a piece of wood inside the wood stove, and my chest was sore for days. I don't even know what I did, but my chest just became sore. I have, I've got some stuff going on with my body, and I'm working on that. But this is something that I'm doing that it really helps. Really just helps keep me motivated, keep me driving towards something, keeps me in, just keeps me from becoming stagnant. And I guess I started doing this timber sports style stuff. I believe it was right around 8 or 9 months ago, so it's been less than a year. So I'm pretty new, pretty green. I do have a lot of the gear that's required. I have several sets of springboards. I have 2 sets of springboards. I have about half a dozen high-end racing axes that are all ground and ready to go. I have quite a few trainers that I use. And I got a couple Jim Taylor single buck saws. I haven't even used them yet. Haven't even used them. The wood's been too frozen. I'm not taking them out and risking it. I'm going to wait till a little bit warmer weather and I'll get out there and train. And yeah, I guess that's that. I'm done rambling. I'm done. I never gave any backstory about myself on my previous channel. I just kind of wanted to start just right out the gate, just be upfront and open with you guys about me and myself and just a little bit about my history. So yeah, without further ado, I have a massive, not massive, it's probably a 13 or 14 inch white ash log outside on my underhand cradle. And I'm going to go chop it in half. I'm going to go do an underhand. It's so cold outside. The wind just died down. The sun just peeked out. So I went ahead and got everything set up. I'm going to get out there and do this because, you know, I got to go back to work. I don't have a whole lot of time during the winter. It's either everything's too cold or too frozen, or I have to work. So, but yeah, this ash is not only frozen solid. It's been out there through this entire cold snap. I mean, we had like -40 or -50 degree wind chills. It was insane. And yeah, this ash is gonna be frozen solid. And it was a really, really heavy leaner over a creek. I mean, it was growing at almost a 45-degree angle out over this creek. And it's a lot harder. It doesn't chip out anywhere near as easy as some of the other ash that I've messed with. So this stuff, you get plenty of hits in with it. Plenty of hits. It's a good workout. So yeah, and that's basically going to be the gist of this channel. It's just going to be kind of my timber sports training footage dumping grounds. You know, I'm not going to get too fancy with any editing. I'm just going to show you guys some raw training footage, and just, you know, those of you guys that want to follow along and watch me progress, cool. If you don't, then, you know, move on to the next content creator, because that's really all I'm going to be doing with this channel. But I appreciate you guys watching, and let's go out and do this underhand. Wobbly. We fix that. That didn't help. Move the camera, I'm gonna get a side shot. So it's been a lot of time recently on my standing block. I've been letting my underhand kind of slip. Oh, that was way off. Didn't have enough slope. This wood's frozen solid. Okay. Okay, so that didn't go very well. I mean, it went okay. I'm freezing cold right now, but I didn't have my block marked out quite right. I'm trying a different marking system, and I noticed that, you know, a lot of times they'll say, you know, measure the diameter of the block and add an inch. I need to add like 2 inches to the diameter of the block. Otherwise, I don't know, just maybe my slope, I don't know. I'm still experimenting with it. Like I said, guys, I haven't been doing this very long. I'm still experimenting with marking out the block to match my slope, because, you know, I'll mark the block out and it'll be perfect, but then I'll actually stand up on the block and I'll start cutting, and it won't match the slope that I'm able to put into it. And that's exactly what happened. I ended up hitting the very bottom. My power side and my chip side met, and I'm not kidding you guys, I had like that much. It was maybe a 1/2 inch of wood left, but it's hardwood. You know, you can't drive hardwood at the bottom of a notch like that. So we're gonna try this one more time. I marked it out a little bit different, and we're gonna see if this marking system works out any better. I've got a red oak log on there now, and it's about a 10.5 inch red oak, and it is just frozen absolutely solid. I've actually had this bag. This red oak's probably 2-3 months old. I've had it bagged. I still got the bark on it, but I'm not worried. I'm using a Tui China right now. I'm not using any kind of a good axe, so I'm not really worried about damaging it. But yeah, let's try this new marked out system. Let's see if this works any better. Oh, my glove go. Probably can't see it. I wrote it in blue crayon. Really, definitely can't see it on the back side. Brighten that up a little bit. Crayons don't like writing on ice. All right. Yeah, that's a lot better. There we go. See, still not following my line. My slope is too dramatic. We'll see if that works. all falling apart. My notch. I ended up having to almost go straight down. My notches met up perfect right in the middle. I couldn't drive through them. I mean, the slope looks pretty good. Some stair stepping, there's a pretty big miss hit right there. I had a couple of them right there. You can see that last little bit, and it's not even as wide as my finger, and I couldn't drive it. One, because it's frozen, and two, because it's red oaks, hardwood. Got to be accurate with it. All right, well, I appreciate you guys watching. Got a wonderful week's worth of work ahead of me, and then hopefully I'll be able to do a little bit of training next weekend, get you guys a little bit more footage. We'll see. You know, I appreciate you guys watching. If this is something that interests you, stick around. There'll be plenty more training footage, plenty more watching me epically fail at timber sports. But like I said, guys, I'm just doing this for fun, doing this to keep me moving. So I appreciate you guys watching. We'll catch you on the next video.